Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. In this video I am doing a backfill and a shortening of the same design that you see here. I will actually link this video in the card so you can check this out. This was a baby boomer set using young nails, acrylics, and the red acrylics glow powder called Angel. It was matte and we had just a tiny bit of bling, and she came back, she said I want the same exact thing, but she wanted the baby boomers to be on every single nail, and she wanted them to be shorter and glossy. So first things first, you can see that there wasn't a lot of growth. I think it was about 2 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks from when she got this set done. It looks really good. There was minimal, minimal lifting on one of her hands. And I'm going in with my 3x coarse bit. It is a safety, and I'm just debulking. So the nails have grown out just a tiny bit, which means the apex has moved forward towards the free edge of her natural nail. So I'm just debulking, getting rid of that clear acrylic layer because I am going to be changing the look of two of the nails. Two of the nails were solid nude, and the rest were boomers, also because they grew out and because she wants them shorter. I was gonna have to redo the white tips on some of the nails, because if I had just backfilled with the nude color, then the boomer would not have had so much of the white. So I'm just debulking so that I can reapply some of those colors as needed. So yeah, I'm just being really careful, mainly focusing on the back portion of her nails. I will be shortening them in a little bit with the same bit. I'm just going to turn the speed up to a higher speed and then just, shave off the tip of the nail. And I'm removing the gel polish, the top coat, and trying to file down that clear acrylic layer that we placed over the boomer that we placed last time. So for shortening this set, because the tips were fairly thin, I could have gone in with a straight edge clipper and just clipped it, but I just figured it'd be easier to just use the E-file. I turned it up to about 23 or 24,000 RPM, and I'm just using the bottom of the bit because it is a tapered bit. The bottom of the bit actually have bigger teeth, so I'm just being very steady-handed, holding her finger very strong and keeping my fingers lower. As you can see, my fingernail is right next to the bit. In case it jumps or skips, it doesn't hit the client. It is a safety and it won't cut her, but just to protect the client, I'm keeping my fingers around the bit versus just letting it be wild and free. So that's pretty much how I shaped it down. I'm gonna go in and file later, and then we're just gonna prep the nail like we normally do, pushing back her cuticles because she does have a little bit of growth in the 2+ weeks that she had this set. It's a tiny bit, as you can see, and there wasn't a big amount of lifting. This middle finger did have a bit of lifting, but for the most part there wasn't a lot. So I'm just pushing back the cuticle. I'm going to go in with my pointy diamond bit, which is safe to use on the natural nail at a very slow speed, so I'm about 3,000 or 4,000 RPM. And then I'm going to be basically scraping up any cuticle that I can find on the nail, nothing crazy. Then I'm going to go in with a sanding band and smooth out the exposed free nail, her natural nail that has grown out and that we exposed by pushing back the cuticles, and kind of use the sanding band to flake off any of the lifting, like on that middle finger right there. You can see there's a little bit of lifting. I'm going to use the sanding band to kind of flake that off as well. Now I'm just using an 8080 grit hand file to reshape the nails. She didn't want it to be as tight coffin as she had before. She was kind of liking that tapered square look, especially for this length. So I don't have to do too much filing. I am just cleaning up the shape because I did use an E-file. Some of the tips were a little bit wobbly, so I'm just using that file to just pre-shape the nails back to the way we want them to be. It's prep time. I'm going in with my Mia Secret dehydrator, the Mia Secret primer, and a thin coat of the Young Nails Protein Bond. This is what I use all the time. It works for me, and I don't really struggle with lifting too much for clients. It just works. I don't know, you know, there's tons of primer systems out there. Just find what works for you and then, you know, stick to that. So now I'm going in like I normally do with a clear bead of the Young Nails Core Clear. This container is like tiny and empty. I do have a big container. I have that, the larger one. I think it's like 660 grams or something like that. I just need to refill this smaller container, but this one was empty. I was working with it like, damn, there's nothing in here. But yeah, I'm just giving her a tiny, tiny bead of backfill just to, you know, cover her exposed natural nail that grew into the established extension, sorry. And then I'm going to go in and redo the boomer to make it just a little bit more appealing, and to add white to the two fingers that didn't have white before, and then to do the nude ombre. So now I'm going in with the Young Nails Speed Clear, oh my goodness, the Young Nails Speed White, and it's very, very opaque. And the reason why I'm going over the white and not just backfilling with that nude is because we shortened the nails. So the length that the nails had before was appropriate for where I placed the white before, but now that the nails are shorter, you kind of want more of the white to be exposed. So I'm doing a very thin paint-like application of the white. I'm not building up product. As you can see, it's very wet. I'm just kind of mushing the color around and just making sure that the white is seen at the tip of the nail versus like towards the edge. And yeah, I'm just applying it like a paint. I'm really not building up any product at all. I just want to get the color on there because I'm gonna have to clear cap anyway. And remember, we didn't file down all the way to the tip again, so we don't want the nails to be extra thick. So that's basically what I'm doing. And now, just like before, I'm gonna go in with the Cover Rosebud and just ombre down over that white, making sure to blend it. We get a nice smooth transition, so it's not like a harsh line or anything like that. And then to cover the small bead of clear that we placed around the cuticle as well. That's pretty much what we're gonna be doing on all of the nails. She did like the nude with the French line, but she just wanted all of them to be the same this time. So that's basically what I'm doing here. Nothing crazy. And once all of that ombreing is done, I'm going in with the Young Nails Core Clear, and I'm just going to be clear capping all of the nails as smoothly as I can and as thin as I can, just so that we don't get a big bulky nail, because remember, we did shorten them and we don't want bulky short nails. So that's pretty much what's happening here, nothing crazy. Just making sure to have the fingers angled down so that gravity helps with this application, and just making sure to cover the ombre so that when we go into file, we don't remove any of that. Now that that's set, I'm going back in with that 80/80 hand file, and I'm just going to clean up the shape and, you know, just maintain the shape that we wanted. Clean up the free edge and the sidewalls. We're going to go in with our E-file later and then just smooth out the surface of the nail. This part I talk about all the time, so I'm not really going to say much. It's the same stuff that, you know, you do in every other set. Just filing to maintain the shape, cleaning up the sidewalls, and then using your E-file to clean the cuticle area, making sure that there's a separation between the skin and the acrylic so that you don't get moisture under there, and then to smooth out the nail so that you don't have any lumps and bumps. Thinning out the sidewalls. You don't want a bulky nail on the sides or in the cuticle area, and then pushing the apex to where you want it to be. So nothing crazy, just enjoy watching me do this. And the lighting change. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, but yeah, that's basically what I was doing here. After buffing, I am just going to go back in with my hand file just to make that shape nice and crisp. I think the shorter the nail, the crisper it should look. You don't have a lot to go on, especially because the set is so simple. that the shape needs to be like on point, you know. But after that, pretty much, yeah, I'm just gonna spray her hands down with some swipe and use a manicure brush to kind of clean the nails, get rid of any moisture or oil that might be there, and to get rid of any dust. And then I'm just gonna give her a nice glossy top coat. So last time we did this set, we did matte. So this time we just went with a plain glossy top coat. I am using the Two Guys Gloss No Wipe Top Coat. We're gonna cure for a full 60 seconds, and then this set is done. So I hope you liked this video. This is how I would do a refill. I'm air quoting refill here. Like if you like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.